What's happening, people? Hope everyone is good. Welcome to FFTV with me, Francis Green. Welcome, Buenos Aires, Josh, Craig, everyone in the chat. Now, I know already. Let me sort this lighting out. It's a little bit dull for me. There we go. There we go. That's a little bit better, isn't it? Let's sort this lighting out. There we go. Peekaboo social, peekaboo. Josh has put yes, Fran, hour and 15 left of work, then going home to have a bomber smoke. Don't smoke too much, it can obviously not very good for you, but take your time. It's a well-deserved little smoke, I can tell you that. So yeah, but take your time. Anyway, people, hope we're on well. I think you see the light. Can you see the light? Which light? This light. Let me just move that back for you. Or maybe we can just move this one back for you. Might be that light. Let me know if you can see the light still, Joe. I can't see it on my screen, you see. So hold tight, Mr. J84. Hope you will. Let me know if you can still see it, Joe, or have I just moved it out? Or are you talking about Arteta? Are you talking about Arteta seeing the light, people, eh? Arteta's been seeing the light, I've heard. Thought he's on about my lights. Let me bring those back in. So, listen. How can you not see the light? Let's be honest. There's got to be some kind of light going on when it comes to Arsenal. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to put you through the misery of his stupidity of his press conference again. I'm not going to put you through the misery. I just came on late. I seen Curtis did it. So you've probably been on Curtis's. Big up to my boy Curtis. You've probably been through it. And I caught the end of it. And when I heard Curtis was saying this guy is delusional and this guy is absolutely Peter Pan style settings in the theories, mate, I'm not even going to go into it. So Peter Pan settings for his press conference again today, absolutely delusional. I will go over it again in my spare time, but I'm not going to put you people through it again because I'm hoping that you've had a good week and we ain't going to bring no more negativity towards you, especially if Curtis has already covered it. So firstly, I hope everyone is having a great week. I hope everyone is blessed. Check out, I just put the vlog up for last couple of days, just getting to the games. It breaks it up from obviously the live streams. Go and check that out. There's a little bit of tunage in there for you as well. Up and down. I can't put too much hardcore stuff in there, because I need to make it for everyone. So, we've got a little balance of the tunes, but yeah, absolutely go and check that out because it'll get you away from this absolute, as Josh would say, lunatic, absolute lunatic. Craig Fran, how are the club moving forward with comments like this? Listen, I'm telling you, it's a cover-up. It's absolute power settings. Everyone is covering up everyone. I've got Kano covering up, obviously, Ghost. I've got Ghost and obviously trying to cover up for Angela. It's just a cover-up. It's an absolute cover-up. What is going on? Absolute power settings in this club. So I'm just going to talk about the game. Let's be honest. Let's be talking about the game. Firstly, I was very sad that we didn't have any European football. That has got to be a massive wake-up call for this club. We're not involved in any European football. And it was sad this week. I've got to be honest, it was sad. It was great to watch Liverpool. It was good to see Man United, obviously, even though they lost. It's good to see Man City spank people and Chelsea, Lukaku with another goal. Yes, it was good because I support the English teams when they're in Europe. But to not have anything to say about Arsenal was quite depressing, to be honest. And, I don't use that word quite easily, but I quickly got over it. I quickly gave myself some gratitude and got over that. But it was quite sad. And I think a lot of you would agree that it was quite sad. But let's go on to the Premier League this weekend. Away at Burnley. Now, some people, and a lot, and let me know if you're one of them, are slightly concerned, maybe not overconfident with this game. Let me know if you're overconfident about the weekend's game. Let me know. Team news. Let's start with the team news, all right, people? And then, as you know, we'll get into the comments further on down the line. I always want to interact. You know that. Let's have a look at a couple of comments now. Dave's coming. He's put hi, Fran, in the chat. Sam's coming. He said, big up, Fran. Buenos Aires has put, I wonder if Arteta wears a straight jacket when answering these questions. I just think he's very different. He's very, cocksure of himself. He's very wants to come across as very intelligent and very in control of what he's doing. Is it just delusion? mixed with his ego, narcissism, all these things that could probably thrown at him. But because we don't know him personally, we just know him from a business point of view or a football point of view, it'll be hard to say. But the way he comes across, it's all the things. The way he comes across, it's all those things. Confident or not, he has to win, close the gap between Spurs. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, Craig saying no. Buenos Aires is saying not at all. Josh is saying confident or not, he's got to close the gap on Spurs. It's a tricky one, people. It's a tricky one. So, team news. He was asked about Partey. Like I say, I won't go over it, but I just go off what I think when it comes to the weekend. He's asked about Partey. He's kind of said he's ready when he's ready. So when he basically tells us that he's ready, he's going to play. Like, again, not answering the question. You're the manager, you know. Is he fit? If he's fit, will he be involved? So we don't really know. He's not going to give it away, I don't think. He's not going to give too much away when it comes to team selection. And I think if Partey's half fit, then he's got to play. But he's saying he's in the early stages, obviously, of his recovery from his injury. So we have to ease him in, see how he goes, which I understand. But I don't think we can afford to not play him, to be honest. I don't think we have that depth in squad. Holding has got a knee injury. Xhaka, obviously, he was off the red card, so he is out, even though he would be eligible because he's recovered. And who else is probably out? That's probably about it, to be honest. There's not many other people who are going to be out who are important, let's be honest. For us, interesting whether he's going to go between Leno and Ramsdale. He's not gave too much away there. Played it down with regards to, obviously, Leno. I think Leno might get back in goal because I think he may do a rotational system to keep them both happy, because he knows that, obviously, Leno is going to be leaving at the end of the season. However, he could go ruthless and say, well, listen, you don't want to be here. You told me you're going to leave at the end of the season, basically. I brought Ramsdale in. I've spent this money on him. I'm going to make him my number one, and you've got to try and now dislodge him from that position. That's what I would say. You know, if my wife wants to leave, you think I'm going to wait around for her to leave? Damn right, no. I'm sorting myself out. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's what Arteta's got to move with, obviously, Ramsdale. So I don't think we've got many injury concerns when it comes to team. Burnley, we know what their team's going to be shaped up. They actually did okay at Everton and ended up getting spanked 3-1 because they switched off for a short period of the time and got ran ragged. And Gray and Townsend were absolutely just ruthless down the wings. So for me, that gives us evidence that we should be giving. Martin said, I hope she's not watching. She probably is, but she knows what I'm like. She's my diamond, absolutely rock, love her to bits. But I don't mess around, mate. You know what I mean? You got to do it how it is. We only have a short life. All right, remember that. So the wingers, the good thing for us, we've got to tell our wingers that they're the ones that have got to be right. You've seen what Gray and you've seen what Townsend did to Burnley. You, Saka or Pepe, whoever it may be, you've got to do exactly the same, which means get at them. If Pepe don't take the fullback on this week after what Andros Townsend and Gray did, then I'm done with him, because I can't keep giving him opportunities when he's not taking no one on. He's not taking no one on. So they're going to be a threat. We know that they're going to be a threat. Chris Wood, we know he got gifted a goal last time out, didn't he, in March? Let's be honest, that was one more. He got absolutely gifted a goal from Xhaka. Obviously, granted, he's not going to be playing, so we haven't got to worry about anyone doing some silly mistakes. You wouldn't think so. However, it's a very, very tricky game, and people could go on history settings. We've not lost or done anything. We've not lost in 9 against Burnley at Turf Moor. You know, 9 meetings we've not lost. We've only lost 1 out of the last 14, I believe. So history settings is on our side, but the way that we've been playing, how are we mentally? We've had a nice break, but so have Burnley. They've had the week off, basically. Do we have the mentality to make this happen? Now, I think Burnley, I think are 19th, and I think we're 16th. Burnley will be looking at this game and saying, we can win this game. We can win this game. As much as Arsenal beat Norwich, they weren't convincing. They're not, the confidence is not high. Get in the face, straight away they're just going to harass Ødegaard. These are the tough games for Ødegaard. Away at a Burnley where they're going to condense the space, very physical, going to be in your face. Odegaard will probably struggle in this game. And you know I'm his biggest fan. Pepe could struggle in this game. Well, Pepe struggles in a lot of games, but he could struggle a lot in this game. I hope he don't. I hope that they do the opposite. But this is going to be a tougher test than I believe than Norwich. They've scored goals. They can switch off at times, which gives us opportunity. We do have the better squad. We do have better quality. We do have better players. It's all down to who wants it more on the day. And like I say, history settings is on our side. We've only lost one, or not in the last 9, or in 14. We've been fine for the last 9 or 10 visits, games with Burnley, so should not be any problems. I just think mentality-wise, will we get overrun? So let me go for a few comments before we then go into it. And I'm sure a lot of you will probably want to speak about the Arteta press conference. I've not looked into it. I didn't want to put you through it. But if there's anything that you want to me address, then obviously, please let me know. What is my prediction? Well, we'll go into obviously lineups as well if everyone's fit. My prediction is I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. Andre said 3-1. RCS has put Burnley, even though they lost their last game, were very physical, and he will play Xhaka for that reason. But I don't think he can play Xhaka, can he? Is Xhaka out because of the red card? I think he's suspended. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure he's suspended for this game, is he? Yeah, Xhaka can't play. Yeah, he got the red card. There you go. I've just read it. Tom's put, big up yourself, Tom. Really do appreciate it. Josh just put, Odegaard needs to toughen up a bit, but will bring more to his game to be fit. Yeah, listen, like I said, you know I'm a massive fan. He's very, very good on the ball. He's the most creative player that we've got. But there is other aspects of his game that, listen, he's not all of a sudden just going to get hench overnight. That's not going to happen. But maybe be a little bit cuter on where he wants the ball and away from the body. So we will see. Tony's put, be interesting to see how Ben White deals with high balls, which will come his way. And that leads me on perfectly, Tone, onto the styles of play of the two teams now. Let's start with Arsenal. We know, well, do we now? Do we actually know a style of play when it comes to Arsenal? We see what Arteta wants. And I think it's going to take a while for these players to get used to that. The problem is when that style of play doesn't work, we look like we've never played football together because we're not physically strong, or we don't look hungry enough because the instructions seem to be overcomplicated. Now, against Norwich, there was a lot of good signs, even though we didn't, we couldn't hit the onion bag. At the end of the day, bar the one opportunity, at the end of the day, there was some good play during that game. Not amazing, but it was good. So we know that we want to play out from the back. We know Tierney is going to get forward. We know Tomiyasu will do try and get up or down. We know Pepe wants to get the ball and come inside. We know Saka will go on the outside. And we know Odegaard will try and get the balls up in pockets of space. I just think Burnley are going to condense those spaces. So then what do we do then? We're not made for a battle. There's no one in that team who, if I had to go and sort a problem out, I'd be on the phone and say, lads, we need to go and sort a problem out. There isn't one. Not one player in the Arsenal team who I think could knock a paper bag out. Nothing, never mind nothing else. So my concern is when it gets a little bit rough, we are built a candy floss, mentally and physically. What's soft as anything. So, and Burnley, I think, are going to rough us up. So our style of play, we know what we want to play. We then go on to Burnley. You know how Burnley are going to play. Disciplined. Don't come out of the holes. Physical, in your face, a replica of the way that their manager plays. I played against their manager. I think actually that game, I don't know if he broke his nose or someone bust his nose in the game when we played against Sean Dice many moons ago. And his team is he's him. That's how he used to play. That's how he coaches. Job done. Very steady, in your face, hard work, will smash you, will make it hard for you. Now, the fact that we've done quite well very well over the 14 meetings, and like I say, we've not done anything, not lost in the last 10 or 9. You would think that we are very used to the Burnley challenge because they've been better than they are now, and they've been more aggressive than they are now, and they've been more in your face than they are now, and they've had better quality. before when we played them than they are now. The only problem is we were a better team then. We had better players. We had a better mentality, and we wanted to win more as well. So for me, it kind of balances it out. The March game, like you say, I thought was comfortable at times until Xhaka did the madness. But I believe that we will win 2-1. I also believe that he cannot lose this game. People were talking about the Norwich game, because if we lose this game, then it's like, oh well, you was expected to beat Norwich. Yeah, now you're expected to beat Burnley, and you've not done it. You've not done it. So it's interesting to see what will happen after this result. He's not going nowhere. The Kroenkes and everyone else is clearly backing this guy. Would not surprise me if there's a clause in his contract that he has to stay for a certain amount of years for this project to materialize or have any substance. You know, Ollie was saying that he had 3 years. Man United told him he's got 3 years to build what he's building. And this is basically now this is the year that he's got to produce. So it's interesting to see if Arteta has got that in his contract as well. But we should have enough. And like Andre saying, Abba, Pepe, and Saka going to score. We should have enough going forward to cause a lot of problems for Burnley. My only issue is, and just like Tony was saying, Ben White will and probably will get bullied like a ragdoll against Woods and Barnes, etc. Because Ben White is one of the softest centre-halves I've ever seen in football. So this is not a game for Ben White to really be getting on the ball. He will try, but it's the other side. It's the physical side that we need him to step up. And that's maybe something that Arteta's got to look at. And that's why he wasn't a number one or a superstar or the regular at Brighton, through the fact that he wasn't physically ready. And he should be, because he's not a kid, he's a man. So it's interesting to see how we're going to deal with the physical side of Burnley. We've done it in the past, but also I think we've had more players with more aggression in the past and a little bit more savvy and a little bit more know-how in the past. So this is where his coin's got to start getting earned. He said the first 3 games were out of the way. We beat Norwich. He's happy. It was the best 10 days of his managerial career. Absolute waffle. And now he's saying that he got to start from the season. He's got his team back. There's probably only, I think all his players probably will play in this game. So it'll be interesting to see how we go from it. Let me get to a few of the comments. James has put, I'm disappointed in Pepe. Saka plays better football than him. What a waste of money. Listen, on evidence, when we signed him, I didn't want him. Especially when Sahar was available. I didn't want him. Sahar was miles better than Pepe. But another bad decision again. And he's just been disappointing. And, you know, we know how football works. Like you say, you know that I used to be an agent. Brown paper and bags and deals and all kinds of stuff goes on with players. All kinds of stuff goes on with players. So I can guarantee someone got weighed in with that Pepe deal. And that's why that was pushed through. I can tell you that. Chris has put, this is the worst Arsenal team I ever put out against Burnley. Not sure we will beat them at their place. And that's why I think a lot of people are not very positive. You know, they're not feeling that, you know, it's a dead cert. And I don't think it is. I think we will win 2-1. But I would not be surprised if we don't win. I would not be surprised if we don't win. Just because of the way that... what can I say? Just because of the way that the mentality, the Arteta, etc. is. If he doesn't win this, we know everyone's going to be gone the Arteta out. Most people are already Arteta out. You know me. I'm Arteta out when it's time for me to be Arteta out. I'm Arteta out now, but I won't be banging the drum while the club are backing him, while he's won his last game. I won't be banging the drum. But you do know I am an Arteta out man. I think most people are. However, I back the club, and if the club, if the team continues to do well, I will always probably want Arteta out, but I won't be banging the drum for him. You know, would you drop Ramsdale for Leno? I wouldn't. We're going to go through the team later on. It probably won't be a long one today. We'll probably do about 45 minutes. Jameson's put Abba needs a creative player in that midfield. He's a good finisher. What you're saying is we brought Ødegaard in, who is very, very good at creating, but those two need to build telepathy. So when you go into a football team, unless you've played with that person before, even though he was here last year, and then both have to be confident at the same time. One can't be confident or on form, and the other one etc. And then as soon as they get that telepathy, if it ever comes, by the way, because some creative players and the centre forward don't get that telepathy because they've been educated in different ways. You've got one player who's been educated by Real Madrid, the Real Madrid way, and then you've got Aubameyang, who's kind of like your old school centre forward, off the cuff, off the shoulder. They might not get that telepathy. So I hope they do, because if they get it, it'll be magnificent. You remember Gerrard and Torres, Ozil, Sanchez, Bergkamp, Henry, York and Cole, even though they were both centre forwards. All these types of players have a telepathy, and it builds, and we need that. We need that with Ødegaard and Aubameyang. That is 100% for sure. Andre's playing. You play with Tommy, White, and Gab in a back three. Interesting to see if he'd go for a back three. Because he's been struggling, he was obviously solid, didn't he? He went with the 4 or whatever he did last time, the 4-2-1-3 or whatever he does. So it's interesting whether he'll go with a 3. With Burnley are out and out, basically like your 4-4-2s. And will we match them, or will we try and outdo them tactically? Interesting. I'm still Arteta out, but I'm confident we will beat Burnley. Esty will be gassed for that game, though. Oh, mate. Serious. Darren's put, just finished watching the commentary at the Sheffield game. Good insight, bro. Keep up the good work. Yeah, if you want to see it, go and check out the commentary ones. You're not allowed to put any football footage from the Championship on because of copyright reasons. So it's just me quickly having a little chat on my way. Speed up the little commentary and when you see me. I met Moose the other day, which was good, off TalkSport. He was good. He got on camera, which was good. And it just gives people a little bit different, rather than just the live streams all the time, which we do every day. Also, you can see what I'm doing when I go on the commentary. And also, you can check out Green Mind as well, because that is helping so many people in our community. I can't believe the response. I really, really can't. It's been unbelievable. Green Mind, the other one. It's really, 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 really helped a lot of people. Win, lose, or draw. Arteta out. Yeah, I can see why. James is saying, I think only be satisfied with Arteta when we start playing the Champions League. True. Tony C, no European football, and we are not confident we will beat Burnley. Just sums up how much we have fallen, and it's sad times, people. It is sad, very, very sad. Very, very sad times that is the case. I mean, who'd have thought we'd be sitting here and saying the things that we're saying? No European football. Not very confident about going to Burnley. Don't really know our style of play. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But I think we'll win 2-1. Obviously, the threats that they're going to cause, we know, very physical. We'll get the ball in. We'll get the ball, try and get it in behind us, smash it up to top. They'll try and bully Ben White, etc. We know that's what's going to happen. We know that is what's going to happen. However, we can outplay them. We can outplay them. That's the main thing. And I think that's why we'll do well. I think we'll do well because we'll be able to outplay them. We'll be able to get the ball down, and we will get in the face. If we don't match them, for hunger, for enthusiasm, for willingness, if we don't match them in that, we lose the game. We lose the game. Because with Burnley, you have to match them physically and mentally, or we'll get bullied. And I think we will get bullied at times. Will we have that little bit of quality? Only time will tell. But if we don't deal with getting bullied when we lose this game, like Devon said, Fran, Ødegaard will get bullied. He'll get bullied. Of course he will. 100%. 100%. I'm not going to turn around in that. That's not Ødegaard's game. They will make it horrible for anyone. They will make it horrible for Pepe. They will make it horrible for Ødegaard. They will make it horrible for Saka. You've seen, I don't know if anyone watched the Everton game. They were smashing Everton left, right, and centre. They were letting them know we are not here for a jolly up. And they switched off for about 10, 15 minutes. And Everton just took advantage of that, because Everton have got some serious players, especially Gray and Townsend, who take the fullback on. So Pepe, if you want to know how to take a fullback on, go and look at Andros Townsend and go and look at Damari Gray. And that's how you take fullbacks on. And when you get in the other side of your fullback, you will then create problems. Forever while you're coming inside and forever while you're playing in front, you will only have certain amount of joy. Please, Pepe, tonight or tomorrow night, go and have a look Andros Townsend and Damari Gray. And we might get something out of you. Please. I want him to do well. The thing is, I want him to do well because I want my players to do well. But he makes it hard for himself. Do the basics of being a winger and you're going to be all right. But I think they'll smash him. I think they'll smash Ødegaard. I think Devon's right. I don't even know if I'd play Ødegaard in this game. I've got to be honest. I don't know if I'd just play Emil Smith-Rowe in the centre and tell him to check it on the back foot and run and create that way and get down the sides, you know? So we will see. Fran, family is needed. Take care. No problem. You take care. Family first, mate. Andre, if we draw or lose Spurs, someone have to chase Arteta out of London. Wilson saying, I believe Ramsdale because he has provided a common influence to our defence, which is absolutely crucial. I think it would be harsh if he dropped him, but you never know. Some would say it was harsh because he dropped Leno, because Leno did nothing wrong. Gabby should start and Tomiyasu, hope so. Andre, clean sheet and win before Spurs game would be a good game before that game. Oh, yeah, it would be great if we can get that done. Burnley will give Arsenal a rough time, but I believe that Arsenal's quality will be enough to get over the line against Burnley. That's what we're all hoping. I love Gabby. He's very solid at the back. Gabby's good. He's still got a lot to learn. There's no doubt. Eric's put big up, Fran, and big up yourself. He's still got a lot to learn. I think he needs someone very commanding and savvy at the side of him. But White and Gabby, it looks like they're going to be the ones, and White could get bullied over the weekend. He really, really could get bullied over the weekend. Right, I'm going to go through my team. We're on 30 minutes now. I'm going to go through my team. 36 in the chat. Absolutely love it. Make sure you hit the like button because it helps the algorithm. And I get so many messages from people saying, Fran, why have you only got 2,500 subscribers? I said, well, you know this YouTube game. It's all about algorithm, takes time. And they're like, you're the only ex-pro who's played nearly 400 league games who's on YouTube doing this. I said, relax. Compound effect. Universe will look after it. But just hit the like so we get there quicker. Don't think Pepe will improve. We have seen what we are going to get out of him and move him on. Agreed. Some people will say we're crazy, but agreed. Great content as usual. Great support as always, Wilson. Tony T's put Leno is great with crosses. I think it might be worth keeping Ramsdale for this game as he played okay last week. Smash, obviously, the like social saying, hard to actually say this. I would start Xhaka. Oh, interesting. If he wasn't on a red. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. So let's go for it. Let's sub from my second account. Big up. Let's go for this. By the way, last week I was getting this all messed up. Let's just move this mic a little bit because it's in the way. Let's sort this out then. All right. First one. I'm going to go with Ramsdale. I think it's fair to say Ramsdale. He didn't do anything wrong. He was very good with his feet. He was composed. He didn't have much to do. Burnley will be a bigger test when it comes to crosses in the box, etc. But I think to build his confidence, don't really need to rotate goalkeepers too much. I think that would be bit of a silly move to keep rotating goalkeepers because they're the ones that get organized with their back four and get familiar with their back four. And then if you keep changing it, for me, it's a bit strange. So I would keep Ramsdale for sure. I think it's going to be obviously Ben White and where is he? Where is he? Find him this week, people. And Gabby. No, put him right back. Let's get rid of that one. We don't want him right back, do we, people? We don't want him right back. I can tell you that because he would be like Bambi on ice at right back, I think. Or am I doing him a disservice there? Am I doing him a disservice there? Where's he gone now? Same geezer. I don't think he wants to come on. You know what? I don't think he wants to play for us, people. Here he is. Here he is. And then I think it's kind of self-explanatory, isn't it? The team, you know. And then obviously you've got Tierney. There he is. He's not there. Let's get rid of him. Kieran. It's Kieran, isn't it? Is it with a is it? Where is he? Where's Tierney? There we go. Where's Tierney? Where is Tierney, eh? Come on, son. Come on, son. Right, I'm going to lose my head in a minute, people. I hate this. Oh, now it's froze. Now it's froze. Now it's froze, people. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. I don't like this technology. By the way, if anyone's good with tech, sort out a new app for this, because this is rubbish. Right, Ramsdale. Let's start with Tierney. See if he works now. Here he is. Tomiyasu, get him in. Gabby. Come on, Gabby. Don't you start messing around again, Gabby. Gabby. And what? Right, people. I think that's self-explanatory, isn't it? We know what the back four is. Scroll. Hey, don't you start social. You need a different app. This is rubbish, by the way. Absolutely rubbish. Rubbish app. We've got it up now, people. We have got it up now, all right? We've got it up now. I don't like it. Anyone, give me a better app. We need to get a better app. Don't we? Let's get a better app. Let's get rid of this. Boomski. There you are, people. There you are. We're up. So I've got him in. Listen, I don't think there's any kind of surprises there, is it? Let's be honest. There ain't no kind of surprises there, is it? Ben White, we know, could get bullied a little bit. Obviously, Gabby, we know he's probably the best one that we've got. Can switch off at times. Tomiyasu, I think, is a good addition. A lot of people didn't really know what he was doing. And then obviously Tierney as well. So what's the tab that's open? Which one? So we've got here, look, you've got this one here. This one here, that's to do with Google. There's Arsenal. That's a Google account. There's your create formation. New tab. Should be new app, because this app is shocking. Don't like it at all. But it's the only way you can obviously put your team across. Can't find Gabby. Listen, this don't like it at all. Don't like it. Right then, people. Surely, Thomas Partey has to play. Surely Arteta was playing this down. He has to be playing this down. Surely. And I don't think he wants to give it away. Because if we don't play, listen, if we don't play Partey, we could get fully bullied in midfield. Like ridiculously bullied. So I think that it has to be Partey. Now, Lokonga is fit. We've been told. So let's go, obviously, with Lokonga. To be honest, I don't think it's going to change much, is it? I mean, it's not going to be able to change much. And then we're going to go for... I couldn't find this one last time. Oh, it's come up. Hey, we're getting better at this, people. We're getting better at this. Now, a lot of people would maybe drop Pepe for this. Yeah, Google is crap. There's another one called Brave and all that, which is probably best, especially with the work that I do. Another browser in that, but yeah. Honestly, I think I'm going to get rid of Google. It's terrible. It really is terrible. And your privacy on it is absolutely shocking. You just get exposed left, right, and center. But let's get back to the old formation. The obvious one is Saka, Pepe, and Aubameyang. They're the obvious ones, right? But Devan and many other people have made some very, very good points here. Yeah, Brave's supposed to be a very good one, Chris, I think. I did have it on my old laptop, not put it on my new one yet. So I would go... I'm not sure whether Pepe is built for Burnley away. I'm trying to think how we did last time that we played him, and I can't really remember. Nothing's ever really stood out for me when he's played them away. Is this a game for Pepe, or do you leave him out? And then the flip side, people are saying, well, Fran, that's the problem with Arteta and Pepe. He doesn't show the love in him. He needs to put his arm around him. He needs to play in more games. But I don't care. I want to win the game. I don't care. I want to win the game. Who else would you play there, though? Who else would you play? don't think I'd play him. People are saying ESR, but where would you play ESR? You don't want to play him on the wing. You can only play him central, but he can't play 10 because he's not good enough. Would he play? He's more of an 8. Would you drop Partey or Sambi Lokonga for him? I just wouldn't. So, I don't know, people. And there's no one coming through the youth team. You know, I had my little rant the other day about people bigging up youth team players, and then they quickly realize that it's a long, long way to go. No one talks about Balogun and Martinelli no more after the crap games. And people were bigging them up for 12 months. You know, you got to understand the game. So, it's going to have to be, innit? It's going to have to be. Got to be Saka. It's got to be Pepe. Sorry. Listen, I don't really want to put Pepe in myself. You know, I'm not a Pepe fan. And obviously, the only one who seems to score a goal, by the way, is Aubameyang up top. He's the only one who looks like he's going to score. Pepe did have opportunities and will get goals, by the way. He can get goals. We know he can get goals. But I think that's going to be the team, people. I think that's going to be a team. There's no way, surely, Maitland-Niles is getting back in the squad. Surely not. Not the squad, but starting, because it was just bang average. A lot of people thought he did all right. I thought he did all right. All right is average. So that's how I would go with it. I'm not sure whether he's going to. Nothing surprising with this manager. That's the team that I think is the best and the strongest physically to play against maybe a Burnley. Pepe, questionable whether he is, you know, physically ready and that hunger for the game. But then on the flip side, Pepe could absolutely twist the fullback when he comes inside, pops it off 1-2. So interesting. We can only know by the game, depending on the feeling of the players, depending on how the vibe that they've got when they turn up at Turf Moor. Do they go under and get bullied by a Burnley team who, by the way, will be thinking that they can win this game? 100%. Burnley will say, we can hit this game. Make sure you hit them where it hurts. They're soft at the belly. They're soft mentality. The manager is absolute Peter Pan settings. In with the theories. Smash them. Absolutely smash them. So we've got to be prepared for that. And if I'm Arteta, that's exactly what I'm doing. Saying, listen, you lot better be ready that you best be in the trenches for a while until your quality is allowed to come through. But your quality will not be allowed to come through unless you match them for desire, hunger, enthusiasm, and willingness to want to win a football match. The rest does not come through unless that is the foundation and the basics of what you do today. So it's a test, people. It's a big, big test. I'm not going to lie. I think it's a big test for what's coming this weekend. I mean, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great, people, if we went out and put the game to bed before halftime? And then people can start talking about, maybe Arteta is starting to turn the corner. Small corner, because it's a big, big bend, I can tell you that. He's got the result against Norwich. He's got a result against Burnley. We're not relegation fodder, which I don't think we are. Now we'll see how we do against Spurs. It's a derby. It could go anyway. But if he loses against Burnley and he loses against Spurs, he surely has to go. Surely has to go. And I can't figure out why I wouldn't. Really don't figure out why. Let's get to a few comments. Andre's put, I think he will start Laka this game, 100%. Interesting. Jonathan's put Ramsdale. He's gone Ramsdale. Obviously, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Gabby, Partey, Smith Rowe, Erdegaard, Pepe, Abba, Lacazette. So no rest Saka. So you got no Saka and no Sambi. Interesting. Chris has put, if Pepe gets bullied, replace him with ESR. Yep, true. Someone's put average. Maitland-Niles was terrible, man, last game. Well, listen, I was expecting a lot more, considering a man was opening his mouth that much and trying to kick up stink on social media. So I gave him an average because they won the game. An average for me is crap anyway. So Josh has put, at the end of the season, we should get the people in the comments with this app and do a transfer at the end of the season. We'll all get 150 million to improve squad using this app. Oh, it would be good, wouldn't it? That's a very, very good idea, actually, Josh. Very good. Buenos Aires test of physical and mental strength. Big test for everyone. Big test. I think Pepe gonna be good this season. Don't know why. I hope so. Listen, Andre, I hope so, because if he's not good this season, he's never going to be good, and we need to get rid of him. I can tell you that. Laughing myself before half time, not this team. They don't have the mentality because of Arteta. You never know. We could have a little 20-minute spell where we get 3-0 up. He has to go regardless, Martin's saying. Okay. I mean, Martin, good question. If it starts to turn and he wins, he doesn't lose for 15 games, do you still want to get rid of him? Because that would prove to me that he's now very good and in control of the project that they've asked him to do. And should a man be sacked if he's doing what the owners have asked him to do, and also he's getting the results that the football club wants? Should he then still be sacked? I don't think he should, regardless whether I think he should be in it or not. If they go on a run and it looks like it's progressing and the players are doing well, then surely we have to stick with him. Even though I don't want him around, but you have to have balance. You can't just be biased all the time. If he loses against Burnley, he must go. Why wait for Tottenham? Listen, because they won't sack him straight away. They've invested too much time and too much money into him. Maitland-Niles way too casual. Yeah, he's not good enough. Maitland-Niles is not good enough. Thinks he is, but he's not good enough. I think Laka and Abba should start. Listen, I think a two up top is great. I think a two up top would really occupy Burnley. It would throw them, and it also wouldn't allow them to have free reign of getting the ball forward. 53 in the chat, people. Absolutely love it. Make sure you hit the like on your way in or on your way out if you don't like what you are seeing. It's all good for me. It is all good. Andre's put, I sack if not top 6 and if not top 4 next season. Sack. They ain't getting top 4 for a very, very long time. I don't think anyone would get this squad top 4. He will start El Neni. I think El Neni might be still out. I'm not 100% sure. Hamstring, I believe. I think. Good point from regarding if Arteta could trim it around. I mean, if he turns it around, you have to stick with him. As much as you don't want him around, which I don't, but if they're saying they've got a project, and they're saying this is the process, and he is the head of this process, and he is the man who's orchestrating all this, what's going on, and then he starts to get results, and the team start playing the way that he wants them to play, we as fans don't have a leg to stand on. And actually it gets to the point where then we just are being biased because we don't like that individual, rather than thinking, right, we are Arsenal fans. They are doing well. He is doing what he said he was going to do. Okay, we now have to back that manager. Otherwise, you're not supporting the club, are you? You're supporting your beliefs and your self-desires, whether you like someone or whether you don't like someone. Kolasinac will play. Oh, can you imagine if Kolasinac plays? That can't happen. I don't want him around because he hasn't turned it around. If he did, I would be happy for him. That's what I mean. So if he does turn it around, which I can't see it happening, by the way. I can't see it happening at all. I think this is just a torturous, drawn-out death, to be honest, of his managerial career at Arsenal. But it seems like the money men and the backers are desperate for him to do well because they don't want to sack him, because they like him as a nice guy and they've trusted him with this project. By the way, what they've trusted him with is massive. Massive. What they have trusted Arteta with is massive. And that's why he's not under pressure straight away. And he may have a contract clause that says 3-year project. Can't sack me for 3 years. Or if you do sack me, this is the amount of money that you have to pay me up. These things are what are in contracts. I don't know who his agent is, but these things are what are in contracts. So, what's up, Nate? Hope you're well, mate. So, you know, they back him fully. 150 mil, bring the kids in. He's been under pressure. We've heard no rumors. He don't sweat in interviews. He's never under. He's deluded. Like, they are not going to sack him yet. They are not going to sack him yet. I'm telling you now. There's no way. You know what? I would not even be surprised if he lost the next 2 games and still people weren't talking about it. Because what will happen is, and it's been spoken about. If Ollie doesn't sort himself out at Man United, which, by the way, I think he gets a raw deal at Man United. When the players, when they win, it's the players, it's Ronaldo. When they lose, it's Ollie. I don't know if you've seen Ronaldo was on the touchline undermining Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That is the worst thing that you can do as a player to a manager. That picture there, remember I'm telling you, is the beginning of the end for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The beginning of the end. You are undermining the manager. Sit down. I'm the boss. You sit down and I'll dictate what's going on the pitch. And then when you're a manager, Cristiano Ronaldo, you can then stand up and start pointing fingers. I don't care how good you are. I don't care who you are. Stay in your lane, sunshine. Beginning of the end. I've seen it. Seen it so many times in my career. It's the beginning of the end. Absolute madness. And Ollie will be out because he can't get rid of Ronaldo. And Conte will come in before you know it. And then that's another manager who we might have got a half a chance to get in, who will go United. And then not be surprised if he goes and wins the title with United or something stupid like that. Yet we're still sat here now, living off scraps and crumbs with this Peter Pan settings guy up with the theories about, well, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it, and this is, and it's all nice, and this, and Partey might play, and he might not play, and it's the best 10 days of my life, and blah de blah. Bullshit. And I don't like to swear that often, so I'm gonna stop there before I go into one. I'm gonna go to the comments. I'm gonna go, sir. Like I said, he's a lunatic. Buenos Aires said, it would take a hell of a lot more than just 2 results against bottom 9 and Burnley for me to convince. Hope he proves me wrong, but I don't see it long-term against better teams. I agree. I can't see him turning it around. And if it can, I can see him turning around against the teams we expected to win. But like I say, I don't think he's the man at all. And I don't think it takes a genius to work that one out. I'll double his payoff if he goes tonight. Tony C's put, if Arteta has started winning and takes us back up to where we belong, then I will gladly eat humble pie. But right now, I can't see it. And I think most people would, Tone. I think most people would. But imagine if he did. Like, I'd be happy, to be fair. And I think we'll all be happy. I think I would be really happy. I actually do believe, though, there are some Arsenal fans out there that actually don't want him to do well, which means that you don't want your team to do well long term. So, Jameson, what if we get top 4 this season? You should apologize to Arteta 100%. And if I see him, I probably would apologize to him. If we get top 4, I would apologize to him. Of course, I'm open-minded, growth mindset. I easily would apologize to him and say, you know what? Because I've seen it with players. I was written off. And then 10 games later, everyone loves you. And then 10 games later, your shirt's in the bin. And then 10 games later, everyone's shouting 10,000, 15,000, whatever it is, are shouting your name in the stands. So I know it can change very, very quickly. Look at Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard didn't have a problem. And then he lost to us. He went on that terrible run. He got found out, gets the sack. Don't matter who you are. Changes very, very quickly. That game, when we beat Chelsea, the pressure was fully on Arteta. No one was even speaking about Frank Lampard. Within about 2 months, Frank Lampard sacked and Arteta's still in the job. You know, Kyron's put, could listen to Fran all day. Big up yourself, big up yourself. Kyron, Curve Glasses put, if Ollie was Jamaican, he would have said, sit your ass down. Listen, do you know what I mean? Sit your bomber down. That I can't believe. And people are saying, this is what I mean about people not understanding it. If you work in any job and your boss is having a meeting and you stand up while your boss is having a meeting and saying, this is how I think we should do it. This is how I think we should do it. You are basically saying to your boss, you're clueless. I know what I'm doing. You don't. That's what Ronaldo did to Ole Gunnar. And people are saying it's the worst thing you can do. It's the wrong thing. It's unprofessional. People talk about Ronaldo and Messi. Well, one, let me stop on this now. Ronaldo is nowhere near Messi, all right, as a player, right? Nowhere near, in my opinion. Because what Ronaldo can do, people can do. What Messi can do, people can't do. Except one player, which was Maradona, right? Not only that, why does Ronaldo only last 2-3 seasons at a football club? One, People don't want him around for too long. And two, he causes too many problems. He's too powerful. His personality is too powerful. It's always about him. His name should be me Ronaldo. Messi, completely different. Goes about his business in a quiet way. Dum dum dum. One-man club for God knows how many years. And that's what you have to look at things differently. Ronaldo is me. And he only gets away with it because of how good he is at scoring goals. If that's any other player, the headlines today, if that's Pogba shouting on the touchline, the headlines today is undermining the manager. Should have sat down. That's what. And people only get away with things, you know, it is in your workplace, in your house, in your family. People only get, each person has a different set of rules. Different set of rules. You imagine if Arteta was a manager of Ronaldo, he wouldn't say nothing. He wouldn't say nothing. Oh, Frank, you're talking more dark truths right now, Geese. Is there anything good at this club? Hey, listen, you know what's good at this club? They're still in the Premier League. That's what's good. And we have the pleasure at times to enjoy this journey. I can tell you that. Grant Sport, I think this will be 1-0 or 1-1 Burnley. It's going to be, I can't see it being free for all. Top four under this manager. I'll be tempting to get a I love Arteta tattoo. Rewind's in the building. Big up yourselves. Put yo, friends, Rewind. Hope you're good. Hope you're good as well. Sanders put nowhere near is a bit harsh. Well, it probably is a bit harsh. You're right. You're right. Messi is a quiet dictator. Yes, I believe he's got very, very powerful, but doesn't really. No evidence, maybe he has, but no evidence that he's undermined managers. I imagine he has, though. Let's be real. Afternoon, Fran and the guys just pulled into the light. This Messi is more humble than Ronaldo. Facts, Fran. Yeah, listen, it's not even an argument for me, but I get why people do. People like saying Ronaldo can do, other players can do. Yes, he's like 10 players combined. That makes him one of the GOATs. Listen, Ronaldo's a great goal scorer. We've had many of them. He's great at looking after himself. He's got an unbelievable winning mentality, which I love. And he's an unbelievable goal scorer. But if you always speak to the ex-players or the ex-pundits or whatever who have played with them and trained with them and see them, they'll always tell you that Messi's the best. They'll always tell you that. Always tell you. Me Ronaldo, mate. Me Ronaldo, I'm telling you. Laugh out loud, Fran. Breaking CR7 fans' heart. Listen. I'll tell you how it is, mate. I'll tell you how it is. That's my opinion, by the way. I'm not right or wrong. That's just my opinion. Ollie's like Captain Darling from Blackadder, a damn-pied pen pusher. Yeah, that's why I think they don't see Ollie as the powerful personality to take a club. I think he's hard done by at United, my opinion. He's assembled this squad now. Now the time's to tell whether he's good enough. If this squad are not pushing City, Chelsea, or Liverpool all the way to the end, then yeah, he has to go. And they don't do well in Europe, then yeah, he has to go. But again, they finished second last year, and they've just added this Ronaldo. And I thought they got Ronaldo because they didn't want to go Man City, because they didn't want him to go Man City, because I'm not sure it's going to be as good a fit as what people think. I hope he does, because listen, Ronaldo is a fantastic footballer. I like footballers, so I like Ronaldo. It's not like I dislike him. Not sure he was the right one for them to go for. But he'll score goals, that's for sure. I can tell you that. That is for sure. Ronaldo didn't even celebrate Bale extra time goal. Yeah, false manager put versus Atletico in the Champions League final. Then ran around screaming, calling players over when he made it for and selfish. Yeah, I know. I've seen that loads of times with Ronaldo. When other players scores, he don't celebrate. Do you know how bad that is? Do you know how bad that is? And that's why it doesn't last at football clubs for long. It doesn't last. I like how you're straight, Fran. You say it how it is. Listen, I say how it is, but I'm also open when everyone else says it how it is, because I'm not saying that I'm right or I'm not saying I'm wrong. I just like debates, and I can only go off my experiences playing with players who have that attitude like Ronaldo. And I had it at some stage. I would not celebrate sometimes when other centre forwards would score because I wanted it to be about me. So now I can sit here and say, that is terrible. That is not how you go about business. I can also speak about undermining the manager, because that was me. That was me on the sideline. dictating, undermining the manager. That was me telling the manager that he was doing wrong. And that was me getting left out of the team or released from football clubs. So now I can look back at it and say, it ain't good in that industry because I've done it. I've been the idiot. You know? Okay. Yes, bro. CR7 fans are going to come for you, bro. They're coming for me, man. They're coming for me. Come on, Kurt. You know there's only one guy, mate. There's only one guy. Hope you're well, mate. Anyway, I got in late earlier, so I couldn't come on your stream, mate. So I knew that you did a great job on the old Peter Pan Arteta up with the theories on his old press conference. Again, answering no questions, don't know what he's talking about. So I didn't want to put them through it, mate, because I know you did a good job. But I hope you're well. I've not spoke to you this week, so I'll drop you a message tomorrow. Or when I come off this, I'll drop you a WhatsApp, mate, okay? Top man. Big C, man. Big C's the boy, man. Big C's the boy, mate. Big C's the man, mate. Telling you. Big C in the chat. Yeah, big up Curtis. Mad love. Everyone's for the community. What would you say to Ronaldo if you was your teammate, friend? I would flip out on him, mate. I would flip out on this guy. Curtis knows I would flip out on this guy. Oh, mate. Don't talk down about R9. Too big. Nah, R9 is mine and Curtis's favorite player. Messi's the best player for me, but R9 is mine and Curtis's favorite player. Favorite player. You both need to do a stream together. We do. Listen, the community keeps saying it. We do. So, Kurt, if you're still on, Kurt's busy. I've been busy, but we need to get a show together. Keep saying to it, a weekly show. We keep saying we're going to do it for everyone. So I'll get on to Kurt. We'll get onto it. We're on Caribbean settings at times. So we'll get on European settings. We'll get on that etiquette on time, okay? Smash the likes, people. Big C, and you're having a meltdown because of Mikel. Listen, if you think too much about Mikel, he will ruin your life. I'm telling you. Sports Geniuses put, Fran, as a player, how does it feel when the fans turn on you? When you're doing good, they love you, and when you're not, they turn. Do you feel betrayed? It's just part of the business, Sports Genius, to be honest. It's part of the business. When you're young, it's hard. Well, I feel for these young kids when they go through these kind of things. I remember being when I first started out Peterborough, and I would feel so much pressure if the fans turned on me a little bit, if I gave the ball away. So then what I would do was I would stop wanting the ball and I would stop taking risks. So then I wasn't playing my game and I wasn't enjoying it. And then I looked worse. So as you get older, it's easy. As you get older, it's actually motivation. But for youngsters, it's tough. It's tough. R9 is a real Ronaldo. Yeah, for sure. You know that. Messi, Neymar, Mbappe. I know at Club Bruges last night, RM. Crazy. Evgeny, I think it is. Peter Pan art surely must be coming up. Oh, mate, I'm telling you now. Let's get a little Peter Pan session with I'll set his face on it. Oh, listen, people, start getting creative. Get some Peter Pan Arteta face clips. That'd be great. Fran, did I manage to tune you back into tennis? Rubicano is fire. I know. I don't know if it was the tennis or just her. But fair play to her. Absolutely fair play. I mean, it's one of the greatest achievements again, isn't it? Absolute nobody. Winning the US Open, which was fantastic. Seems like she won it with ease. It really, really is. And it's quite funny when we're talking about mental health. People were having a go at her, should I say, not her, for taking a break because of mental, or just was maybe mentally exhausted, wanting a little break for to look after her health. And I know some of the athletes did it and all others. And in today's world, there are tools and mechanisms that help you cope better than they did back in the day. And people were having a go at her. And now look, she's gone and won the US Open. So, you know, people need to have a little bit more of an open mind, I think. Monty's put, oi, check your Twitter DMs. I will, mate. I'll check my Twitter. Nate's put Arteta Pinocchio settings. Man's lying to himself. Listen, we could have Mugabe settings. We've got Pinocchio settings. We've got Jack Sparrow sinking the ship. We've got Peter Pan with all the theories. We've got pure names for this guy. Absolutely. We could even have Hannibal when he's in that cage in his suit, just there, just madness. Russian name. Evgeny. Evgeny, is that how I pronounce it? Chris has got so much knowledge, by the way. He teaches me so much. Osaka as well. Remember, people were writing them off. It was wrong, mate. It was wrong. I hope I pronounced that right then. Evgeny. Evgeny. It's going to go well. I hope I've pronounced it right. Right, 66 in the chat, people. We've been on just on an hour. Big C popped in. Absolutely love each and every one of you. Yes, I've got it right. There you go. I've got it right. Really do appreciate it. I think it's the first time I've seen you in the chat, so welcome to our magnificent community. I hope each and every one of you have a great evening. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm sure there's a little something. I'm going to reach out to Curtis and see what he is doing, and then we will take it from there. Someone saying Jack Sparrow makes me feel a bit better about Arteta man's on the rum at times. Makes sense. Jack Sparrow's settings, he's sinking this ship. DiCaprio, oh mate, he's got pure names. I'm telling you, pure names. Right, people, enjoy the rest of the evening. If you've not gone, check out the little commentary vlog. Gets you a little bit of a vibe, something different. Bless up to each and every one of you. You take care. And I will see you all tomorrow. See you later.